Dela Wright, my MVVs, welcome. Royal altercation, as it is alleged that, Dr. Elizabeth slammed Auntie Igby, that she should go buy her own private jet, that she would never ever be able to fly that private jet that they are using in the palace for as long as Dr. Elizabeth, is in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. That she brags to be very rich, comes from influential and or as in family with so much wealth, that private jet is not that expensive. She should be able to afford one. Now, they say this is coming as a result of the struggle that Antikmi has been having with the Ooni of Ife over, representation in Scotland, where she's insisting that she must go with a private jet, that private jet belongs to the family, that tag of it belonging to Dr. Elizabeth and the Ooni of Ife was put on it to ensure that other wives do not fly the private jet, that the private jet is reserved for Queen Naomi and Dr. Elizabeth, that the private jet belongs to Ooni of Ife, that Ooni of Ife deliberately reserved that private jet for Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife. If everything we are hearing is to be true, then we know that there is like a whole lot of bad sports going on in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Dela Ram. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the source. It's still on the Royals. Dela writes, my Dela writes, my Dela writes, my own people. Dela writes, my Dela writes, my Dela writes, my own people. How are you guys doing? I hope your day is going well. For the Muslims, Ramadan Kareem. May God bless you and give you the strength to go through the spiritual exercise. Now, long live the Ooni of Ife, long live Queen Naomi, and long live to the Yoruba people, Odua people across the globe, and long live my Dela. Right. Okay, do not forget that these are all alleged information. This is a quick disclaimer, okay? And so, report reaching us right now is that there is bass in the palace of the Ooni of Ife. And they said that this is coming from a use of private jet, royal representation, local representation, international representation. We've been talking about this for a while. And so they said the fight is still coming. And, Dr. Lizzy is saying, bring it on. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm going to go through with it if that is what you want. And Ikbe is saying, look, I am not going to be marginalized again. I've been so marginalized because I have been allowing it happen. I am the eldest wife right now, right here, and you are not going to choose who to love and who not to love. That you decided to marry us, you need to treat us equally. Allegedly, oh, no be me talk. Of course, we also heard that Ooni of Ife, who is always on the side of Dr. Elizabeth, has come out also to say that she is not touching the private jet. Now, the thing is that I don't know with this private, will you fly a private jet at somebody's expense? Because private jetting is very, very expensive. It's not, you have to hire a pilot, okay? And these pilots are very costly, like very expensive. You're taking them to a city, you have to book hotels for them and all of that, pay them to be there for as long as you want them to be and bring them back. And besides, just hiring a pilot is not the main thing. The landing space, if you're going to London or somewhere, the money you pay for a landing space, it's a whole lot. So it's a budget to fly in a private jet. And that is why when you see people like Ned Nwoko, you know that he is actually very rich. He's got a lot of money. For you to want to own a private jet, you must have so much on your reserve, like Davido, because you cannot land your private jet on the space. There is a landing space, and people prepare that landing space, and it costs a lot of money to maintain it, and you have to pay. If the private jet is going to be there for 20 days, you have to pay for 20 days. And if I begin to call that amount of money for you, you will know that Nigerians are very, very wealthy. Okay, so let's not digress. They said that Ooni of Ife said nobody's touching the private, that she's not going. If she wants to go, she's insisting that she wants to go. If she wants to go, she should go and charter a private jet if she must use a private jet. That she should not say she's using the private jet because it belongs to the royal family, that she has got no right to insist that she wants to use a private jet without his own consent, except she's looking for something else. And right now, I say, what is going on? Now, if every information we are hearing is true, why would it be like this? Because when I was growing up, or the last time I checked, the monarch is somebody that is so well respected. The women are not even supposed to look at him in the face. When I read something the other time, they said that as a first class monarch, even when you're going through, with due respect, the Jolonto moment between the husband and the wife, that the wife is not even supposed to look at the husband's face. Like those days, it used to be like that. Right now, we wonder the audacity, who's giving them the audacity to say things like they want to do this, I want to stand there. And they say that the king, of course, we do know is a very liberal king. He is soft hearted and all of that. Are people just taking advantage of his softness, or is that what the problem is in this regard? Because I don't understand why a first class king will have wives who are standing up to him like this, and making decisions like he said, don't go, you say you must go, don't go, you say you must go. That is something that is very difficult for anyone to want to comprehend. So they say when the Ooni of Ife added his voice saying that she's not going to leave with a private jet, that if she so want to fly with a private jet, she should hire one. And she started swearing that if she does not fly in the private jet, no other wife is ever going to use the private jet. And now we said, thank God to the fact that you cannot put a private jet in your own personal property, because it would have been one more issue to deal with, because who knows what would go wrong with the private jet later. But well, with everything that we hear, the buzz continues in the palace of the Oni of Ife. And I do think that this is all about, jealousy, transfer of aggression, because some of these issues are so minute that you would want to wonder why it's causing so much problems for not just the wives, but also for the monarch. But I think is most times it's usually impending rage that it's always been there, and when there is a little opportunity or a little opening, somebody just wants to use it as express how they feel using that opportunity, because I do not see why this should cause a whole lot of problems if everything that we are hearing is to be true. So that is what has been going on in the palace of the Oni of Ife from what we heard allegedly. And I will always come back to remind you that you should bear in mind that these are all alleged news. It's not the first-hand information. And basically anything you hear from any blog, just know that it is alleged. You just need to know that, because it's not first-hand. If it's not first-hand, it's not first-hand. So it is alleged. And bear that in mind. Write it in bold letters in your consciousness before you go ahead. Daily rights, my daily rights, my own people. I love you guys. I respect you so much. I thank you for being here. I thank you for all the love that you have shown me on this channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. I'm going to bring you more updates. Thank you so much, daily right. Mwah.